Hey everybody, welcome to Words of Scripture. I figured it out. I did, I really did. I don't see really any other answer. And you're asking, what? What did you figure out? Come on, tell us. Well, I will. Hold on. Look at that guy fishing down there. Can you see? Hey. Back at the dam. Okay. What did I figure out? I figured out why most people, for lack of a better way to say it, are so freaking stupid. Well, it's because of TV. They and the education system, which has just utterly failed in its purpose, unless its purpose was to indoctrinate everybody into being obedient little sheeple. The How I came to this conclusion is my wife and I like to watch cop shows, detective shows, CSI. There was the latest Sherlock Holmes things where he was in New York City with the Oriental lady. I can't think of the name of the actual show and stuff. Shows like that. Criminal Minds, not so much. But it's 99% of, well, basically all the shows I've watched, when they say anything about firearms, they are wrong. It's half the time I hit pause and I tell the wife why what they just said was wrong. For example, they'll come up to a body and say, "Oh, he was shot with a 9mm," because of the size of the hole. Okay, well, how do you know it's 9mm when there's like 1,000 or 2,000ths of an inch difference, give or take, depending on what bullets you're using, between that and 38s and 357s. But yet these people can tell just by looking at it, just by looking at a hole in a corpse, the entry wound. Oh, that was a 9mm, or that was a 44, or whatever. Or they show some bullet holes in a car. Oh, that was a wada, H&K, yada yada yada. Bullshit. You can't tell that from what they just did. Anyway, the point is, and it's not just about firearms and stuff. It's about everything that I've seen. Hollywood writers have no freaking clue what they're writing about. And I understand it's just a story, it's entertainment. Yeah, hey, it's great for that. But it's not good for education in the least. Because if all you ever did was see shows like that and gather your knowledge that way, whether that's why you're watching it or not, it still sinks in that and if you don't know it's wrong, you think that's the way it actually is, how the real world works, how people aren't taught. People, our kids are not being taught how to investigate things for themselves, critical thinking skills. All they are doing, all they're being taught is how to parrot back what the teacher told them was, or what they wanted them to learn. I can't keep myself in the middle. They're not being taught to investigate things themselves, how to investigate things for themselves, how things actually work. All they're being taught is like, this is a poor example, but I don't have any real ones off my top of my head. But if your child was taught in school that 2 plus 2 equals 5, and anytime the teacher asks them what's 2 plus 2, if they don't answer 5, the teacher says wrong, you get a bad grade. See what I'm trying to say here? Then they're going to grow up thinking 2 plus 2 equals 5. They're just parroting back what the teacher wants them to learn, whether it's right or wrong. All kinds of facts. For example, on the newscasts, on the lamestream news, we're being told, we being the public who watch these things, supposedly, not me, I don't watch it, but that anybody that opposes Biden is an extremist, or if they're white, they're white supremacist. When that's not true. But yet, people believe it because they just swallow everything, hook, line, and sinker. I'm gonna get off these rocks before I fall. See, those are great big rocks down there. And they're really hard to walk on even when you're paying attention. They're not a safe place to be if you're talking to a camera and walking around on them. I know, it would have been entertaining. Sorry. Anyways, people aren't smart anymore. They are being duped. They are not being taught. Some of it's us parents' fault. I did this with my kids. I let the TV, generally Nickelodeon, Disney, things like that, be a babysitter. Well, I had more important things to do. But when I wasn't using that as a babysitter, I was teaching my kids. I was guiding my kids. And I was enforcing good behavior when I needed to. My kids grew up, and I'm very proud of both of them, to very productive, thinking, upright people. But yet, most people like those, well, most people didn't grow up themselves. And now they have kids. And now they have kids. And the people are getting dumber and dumber and dumber with each generation. And you could put the facts, the real facts, the actual truth in front of them. Explain it to them. Show them all the evidence. And they still won't believe you. Some of that is because God has given them over to that way of thinking. He has allowed things to happen. Mainly because, well, two reasons. One, God has a plan. God has, He's already prophesied about it, what's going to happen. And in order for that to happen, other things have to happen first. God allows that other stuff to happen. And in some cases causes it. But just mostly just pulling back His binding or prohibiting the forces of evil from doing some certain things. Yeah, what was my second? Rabbit hole. I forget the second point. Well, if I remember it, I'll tell you in the next video. Anyway, that is what I figured out, that people are stupid because of the time we live in and how they get educated, and their lack of why they don't believe stuff is because they don't even know how to think for themselves, or they don't know how to figure out what 2 plus 2 is when they've always been told it's 5, so they don't even care. That's what it is. You don't have to, because I was told, my teacher told me, or the TV told me that this plus this equals this. It's crazy. Anyway, see you next time. God bless you.